Hands here. This is a repetition of what we did before. Okay. Except we're going to change it quite quickly. Open the bones, breathe in through your nose and relax in the palms, breathe out through your nose. In and out through the nose. So I'm going to quickly move this on to stage 2, as it were. Okay, stage 2 is don't open the hands so wide. Maybe a little bit. And this time open them even less. And this time don't open them at all. Okay, now the crucial difference between what we've been doing and what you're doing now without opening them is that when you do it, when you breathe in, you feel like you're trying to open them. And when you breathe out, you feel like you're trying to close them. So you have the same sensation. Okay, so let's open properly first. Breathe in, there's a stretch going on between your palms. Elastic between the palms, yeah? Here, you're compressing something. There's a spring between your palms. You're trying to squeeze it, and you can. Once more, stretch the elastic. Dough, you're making dough for bread. It's stuck to your hands, and then you squeeze the dough, and it all squeezes up in the middle. Okay, now leave your hands still. Okay, as you breathe in, open the hands, but don't. You feel like you're trying to open them, but the dough is so stuck to your hands, you can't move them. And then you breathe out and you try and push them together, but you can't. The dough is so solid, it's like there's something in the way there. And then you breathe in, you stretch open, but not. And then you breathe out and you try and squash them. Okay, we're going to add to this. So forget the dough. Between your hands, you've got a transparent ball. It's so transparent, but it's flexible. As you breathe in, you're trying to stretch it open. It's stuck to your hands. And as you breathe out, you're trying to squeeze it and make it smaller, but you can't. As you breathe, so breathe in. As you breathe out, from the middle of your palms, it's transparent and you can fill it with something through the middle of your palms. You're pushing your energy into that from the middle of your palms. So it's like you've got some sort of superpowers or whatever, if you like. And from the middle of your palms, you push the energy into the ball, filling it up. Now, that energy, as some of you have done before, you can visualize it as smoke, steam, gas, fire, water, electricity, doesn't matter. Light, doesn't matter. Something is coming out from between your palms and it's swirling around inside the ball or just shooting around inside the ball. You breathe in and it's a non-return valve. It can't get out. So you fill it up with more. And then you do the same again, and we keep filling it. We're compacting the middle of the ball from the palms, breathing out into the ball, filling it up more and more and more. So what we're doing is a thing called bioenergetics in Western terms, at least, okay? Energetic terms, we're doing a Qi exercise in Tai Chi, Qigong type terms, Chinese thinking. Okay, we're putting energy in between our hands. You start possibly to get a buzzy feeling. We're not deliberately opening the bones in the palms here. You can just relax the hands, but have the fingers fairly spaced and open. Look, I've got them fairly wide open, but this will be extending too much. Yeah, because as soon as I do that, I start tensing muscles. So you want to get to that point where you're not actually tensing muscles, but it's not far off. It's on the edge, on the cusp there. Okay. I'm going to do the way that works for me first, which is, and then you might want to change this. So you bring this ball back towards your body. It doesn't have to touch. And then you lift it up. And then you push it forwards towards your screen slightly. And then you lower it. If you look at me side on, you see I'm not really moving very much. I bring it back towards me, I lift up, and then I push forwards again, and then I drop it down. It's a really small circle, okay? Now, what I think of is I'm now using my spine to control my hands. So when I pull back and I lift, I feel my spine working. I start to feel the vertebrae working. I now release it and allow the hands to go to the front. And now I completely soften the abdomen so it feels like it pulls the hands down. Do that again if you would. So I pull back and now I let's use my spine to lift the hands up. I'm just at the top, just underneath my diaphragm. I push forwards and now I relax my tummy and let it come down. So now then, just quickly, for women, very often, sometimes for men, but more often for women, they want to go the other way. So you lift up the front, you come down the back. So you lift up the front, you come down the back. So in the old-fashioned way of describing acupuncture channels, the one at the front is called, nowadays called your Run channel, R-E-N. But it used to be called your conception vessel. So this was the conception vessel, on the back was the governing vessel. It's said, I have to tread gently here, but it's said that women tend to be more sensitive on the front because of, giving birth here, having breasts more than men here, and so they're more sensitive on the front. So possibly this is the reason why, and I'm not committing to this, but this is what is said when I've read. And so for women, it sometimes works better at the front, come across and then down your spine. For me, it's the other way around. And it's not for all women that it's that way around, incidentally. There's a 50-50. So I can go both ways. I can make this work both ways. And you will be able to as well. So you go whichever way you want. So when I say up, it could be the front or it could be the back. And I suggest you try both. So when you lift up, then you push across the top and then you let them sink and you relax that bit of you. Could be spine or front. You pull across the bottom, whichever way, maybe it's push across the bottom. You lift up one or the other and then you go across the top and then you relax front or back, whichever you're doing. Now then, I'm trying to control this from inside my body. My hands are merely following what's going on inside my body. It's not the hands controlling the body, it's the other way round. So notice the hands don't go very high. They're going to just below my rib cage, which is your diaphragm approximately, it's roughly speaking at the same height as the bottom of your rib cage. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to just have a little practice the other way. I'm using this case, I'm using the front to lift me up, pulling backwards. In my case, you may be doing differently. And now I'm softening my spine so it settles down. I'm going forwards, I'm going to lift up the front. I'm engaging the front to bring my hands up. I'm now taking it backwards and I'm now releasing my spine to take it down. But it could be the other way for you, and I'm now going to go the other way. Okay, and that's the exercise. That's all it is. Yeah. All we're doing is practicing doing what you might call an abdominal rotation of energy. Yeah. So we're engaging a small part of your spine. You can relax. You can rub your hands together. Yeah. You can even use your hands to put them on your neck. So we've created a lot of energy in between the hands here. This energy, incidentally, you can use to heal yourself. You can, if you've got a dodgy knee, you've got a dodgy elbow, you can just do this, put a hand under the elbow. If you've got a dodgy neck, you can put your hands either side or even on it. And you can do the same exercise, incidentally, with the hands up here, rotating one way or the other. Probably the best way is for everybody is up the back, but I'm not convinced I'm right about this. So this may be the best direction, up the back of the neck if you've got neck problems. Knee, you'd have the knee, you'd have your hands either side of the knee. Sorry, I missed the table. You have your hands either side of the knee here, and maybe you could do this. You could actually do this exercise like this way, or you could go like this and actually just massage around. So this is no different really to doing Reiki, or there are lots of these, yin yang healing, Amasan healing, just general Qigong, hands-on healing. There are all sorts of different types of healing. But at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're focusing energy on that point. So that bit of you gets more energy than the rest. And, if you want something to repair, you need energy to go to that spot.